Made some mistakes. I've done some terrible things. In the past, I made some mistakes. I've done some terrible things. Made a horrible mistake. And now I want to be part of the solution and not the problem.
That was football player Michael Vick today expressing remorse for his involvement in dogfighting and gratitude at being allowed back into the NFL. And we're back with our panel for a scandalous Friday lightning round. All right, first up, Byron, Michael Vick signed with the Philadelphia Eagles today to play in the NFL. Of course, he spent the last 18 months in prison. His involvement in dogfighting and terrible torture and murder of dogs. Does he deserve to be back in pro football? Would you want him on your team?
You know, he served his time. He paid his debt. He gets a second chance. But that doesn't mean you get to go back to your original job and do what you want. People don't know whether he's going to be great for football in Philadelphia, but they love their dogs. There was an incredibly visceral reaction when the Vick case first came about. That's still there. You saw it in the report you aired tonight.
So you're saying he shouldn't be back in pro football?
He's going to divide every city they travel to. There are going to be people who don't want to see Michael Vick every NFL city they go to.
AB?
I agree with Byron. I think it's going to become a spectacle everywhere he goes. I do think that you are, once you serve your sentence and you pay your price to society, allowed to move on with your life, perhaps working at an animal shelter. But I am not a huge sports fan. I don't know why they're paid so much. I don't know why he's returning. I'm a huge dog lover, to a job where he's going to be an example for young people, and he's going to earn a nice salary right back where he started from in his former career.
So it's another no?
I'm voting no.
Charles?
Look, he used the word mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was a crime. These were acts of unspeakable cruelty. However, in America, when you commit a crime and you pay the price and it's done, you have a new life, and you should not be prohibited from practicing your craft. So I vote yes.
And would you want him on your team?
Absolutely not.
All right. Issue 2. The North Carolina, a TV station there, WRAL, reports that former Senator John Edwards will admit that, yes, in fact, he is the father of that 18-month-old daughter of his former mistress, Rielle Hunter. After long denying it, he's under federal investigation for allegedly or possibly using campaign money to try to keep Hunter quiet about the affair, let alone the allegedly illegitimate daughter. Byron, can this story get any worse?
Probably so. We now know that everything he said in his tell-all, come-clean interview with ABC, he was lying all the time at that point. So when he said that the child couldn't be his because of the timing involved, and that he was not having this as affair while his wife Elizabeth was suffering from cancer, all of that was a complete lie. So my feeling is John Edwards has always got a comeback scenario in his mind, but if this doesn't put an end to it, I don't know what could.
AB.
He is his rock bottom. I mean, I agree with Byron. He got on that ABC interview last summer and just lied. His extension of his denials has put his family through further pain and suffering. He has an enormous ego. It is absolutely frightening that he tried to talk a staffer into taking the fall for him, thinking that the staffer would so look up to him that he would be willing to do this for him. I don't think he has any future whatsoever in politics, and I hope we never hear from him again.
Charles, the former mistress played a pretty interesting card when she appeared before the grand jury. She brought the little girl with her and paraded her before all the cameras.
Look, his behavior is unbelievably execrable. It can't get lower. I think all of us agree on that. I think the real story is that the mainstream press, dealing with a vice presidential candidate who's a liberal and a Democrat, had no interest, didn't investigate, no story at all. This man almost became president. On the other hand, when the Republicans had a vice presidential candidate, Sarah Palin, who's lived a pretty honorable personal life, having a Down syndrome child, she has been excoriated, attacked, and smeared all through. It's a remarkable double standard.
All right, real quickly, and this is going to be a lightning round. We got less than a minute left. Rick Pitino, coach of the Louisville college basketball team, turns out that he admits he had sex with a woman, paid her $3,000 either for health insurance or an abortion. The University of Louisville has a morals clause, but the president says, Rick's our guy.
This is the most sordid, perhaps, of all of the stories. How you could keep your job in a university that has a morals clause, doing that is beyond imagination.
I just think it's the lowest, and I am stunned that he remains employed.
This is the men are monsters segment.
Yeah.
So I'll vote and say that the stories he tells and she tells are so contradictory that as a juror, I have no idea who's right. It's a hung jury in my mind.
But the other two are hanging jury. All right, that's it for the panel, but stay tuned to see President Obama make another attack on cable news and to watch us fight back.